going on, guys? Welcome back to 310 EDU's YouTube channel. Today, we're going to talk about the uniqueness of 310's polys. So, I got a comment on TikTok last night. A guy was asking why our polys felt so cabley when you're trying to cool them up. As you can see, this poly, compared to every other poly in the country, has a lot of body, memory in it almost. And all of our polys, or most of our polys, feel this way, but especially the Pit Vipers, the 9.0, the 875, the 953 strand, and the 954 strand. All of these ropes have this memory in them, or this body in them, right? They're going to be a lot stiffer than what you're used to in a poly, okay? So there's a couple of different reasons why. Every poly we used over the last couple of years just came out of the box and was just a limp dish rag. So it would just be super limp hanging here. There would be no shape to the loop, and a lot of guys like that. And this rope will turn into that with a lot of heavy use. But out of the box, our rope is going to have a lot more body than any other poly you're going to get from anywhere else. That's why we send one of these sheets out with every single rope. Reason being is it gives you an idea on how we break the rope in, right? So you're going to want to stretch this thing a little bit. You're going to want to run it around the horn, kind of get it hot, knock a little bit of that memory out of this rope before you start using it. The alternative to this is to just start using it. Just build a loop, dump it on one, go to the horn, and after you rope about 3 or 4 head, the rope's going to feel completely normal. All that memory will get worked out of them. And here's what I'm going to compare it to, guys. It's going to be comparable to the break-in process of the wax cotton. Now, you do not have to run this thing around the telephone pole like you do with the wax cotton, because those things are wildly more challenging to break in. But you do need to run it around the horn a few times, put a good stretch on it. If you get a really kinky one, now we try to do a lot to the kinky ones here before we send them out, but a Cadillac will have a flat tire every now and then. So if you find yourself with a really kinky poly, I'm going to give you a secret strategy on how to break that thing in. Let's head over to the ice box. Here we are. This is kind of trade secrets now. I probably shouldn't be putting this out here, but we've been working on getting the kinkiness out of some of these polys for a long time now. And one of the strategies we use is the old proverbial ice chest. So a little known fact about the polys, the lead core polys, lead in the heat expands. And in the cold, it contracts. So if you take that same kinky poly that you got at home that you can't get right, stick it in the freezer overnight, and when it comes out of the freezer, it's going to be a lot limper, okay? And once that lead core contracts, right, it's going to take a lot of that body out of the rope. And if it's got any of this kinkiness in it, all you do from here is with your truck or your four-wheeler or your horse or whatever, hook it to a post and then get it real tight, tighten it up, and then let it get hot sitting in the sun. And what happens is that rope, the lead core in that rope will expand as it warms up, and it'll take that memory right out of it. It's still going to have its body, just like normal, but it won't have the same kind of memory. It's just a totally different rope. Let's see if I can show you. It's a totally different rope coming out of the ice box. It's one of the only things I found that doesn't hurt the integrity of the rope, right? It doesn't hurt the integrity of the rope because it's just the cold, like the iciness of the freezer. Because the only other way to get this thing to really break in is heat, right? And if you put heat to a poly, it's just going to break it down. So if you use the ice, the alternative to heat, put it in the ice and then stretch it this way, it'll change your rope and make it a little more honest for you. Guys, thank y'all so much for your business. I hope this tip helps. If you need help breaking in your rope, do not hesitate to reach out. Get my number off the website. Give me a call. I'll help you break it in. We want you to love your rope, but we also want it to be a good using product for cowboys all over the world. We like the fact that these ropes have body in them because that was our biggest complaint about the polys being a dish rag. But if you're going to add body to something like a poly, you're going to have a bit of a break-in process. So it's my job to try to educate you on how we get our ropes prepared to do the job, and this is one way that we do it. So if you're having trouble please reach out, get my number off the website, or shoot me an email at dalton@310edu, and I'd love to help you break in your rope. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.